Uh, to be honest, I don't know what my first piece was. I'll keep it 100 with you. I'm sure it was garbage though. I'm sure it was trash. Cause that's the start. Once you start anything in life, really, it's your first initial pieces. You really have no clue what's going on. You don't even know how to do form or color and stuff like that. So it's like you really just like it's kind of like when you start as a kid. You just really start from scratch. So. Hey, what's going on? My name is Yai Dang. I go by NUlly, that's my pen name. I'm an illustrator, graphic designer, and right now I've been painting a lot, so I'm a painter as well from Portland, Maine. Yeah, it stands for Nothing You Love Loves You, but yeah, I mean, it kind of just represents my whole life and journey as an artist. But yeah, first started painting like 6-7 years ago. I was working at a restaurant, just on some dishwasher stuff, and decided to chase my dreams creatively when it comes to art, when it comes to different forms. So I said illustration, graphic design, and painting. So that was like about 6-7 years ago. My whole life, I've always had an appreciation for art. Growing up, I think it was more on the scale of, or on the end of writing, and when it comes to things like that. But my adult life, I kind of entered more into the visual arts world. So, yeah. Well, first I started out with clothing. So, just seeing that reaction from friends and such was a positive thing. And then doing a couple small pieces when it came to painting. So it's just nice to see positive feedback from friends in the community. Helps you keep pushing, regardless of things are going well or not. Definitely last year, I was thinking about calling it quits. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, things get a little frustrating, when commissions are slow or when your paintings are not moving or anything. But you just gotta keep going regardless of if things are going well or not. Last week I just sold the painting, so it's small wins here and there. It's not just a big leap. So it takes time, of course. Yeah, I'd probably just keep it 100 with myself and just be like, there's no real substitution for hard work, to be honest. Like, I think, as long as you put in the days, you'll get something out of it. You might not hit the home run every single time, but you might get something. You'll definitely get something out of it. And some days are better than others. Some days you feel better, like you're really in your flow state, doing what you need to do. Some days, I'm having a hard time just doing the regular figures and regular forms that I know I'm able to do, but it's just a rough day. But every day is different, to be honest. The most important thing is to be consistent with it, regardless if you're feeling it or not. And all the days stack up together eventually. So it's like it's important to be consistent with your craft and practice it regardless of whether you're feeling good or bad on that day, because it's important to keep stacking those days. Can't, still water's not good, you gotta keep it pushing, regardless of what's going on, Every day's different, and, every day's another opportunity to chase your dreams. When it comes to painting, of course, you have like a sketch of what you want it to look like, but there's no chance that 100% it ends up, being the way you want it to, and I think that's a good thing, It's nice to let the art, take its course and do its own thing, because I think it's more special when it happens like that. And I think it just gives me the opportunity to express myself and what I'm going through at the moment. Whether my life is going well or if it's going bad. It's a nice time to reflect on what's going through my life, and it definitely shows throughout my art, regardless of what, form of art that I'm practicing at the moment. But yeah, I definitely like to highlight black figures and put them in the forefront, because I feel like, they're not respected in many industries and history in general. So I try to, shed some more light to them, show some more love to them, and, hopefully educate people, hopefully they can learn more about these figures. I just want to be a part of art history. It'd be cool to be in like an art book and like I don't know, 100 years or something, be a part of whatever. I don't know what contemporary art, that's where we at right now. So maybe like in a contemporary art book in the future, some kid in some random library seeing my name and seeing my work would be crazy, you know, whether if I'm still alive or not. So hopefully 10, 20 years I made it, you know, so I just try to thank myself for not giving up, you know what I mean? Like, even though when shit was rough, you know, we still put in work, so I just thank myself for not giving up and continue to chase my dreams regardless of what's going on. Being able to inspire the next generation, I think that's the most important, you know, regardless of my goals. It'd be nice to see what, you know, other kids, you know, that look like me and live in the neighborhoods that I live in as well, see what they're able to take from my journey as an artist, and, you know, hopefully one of them could, you know, I can pass the torch on to somebody else and see them, you know, really do something big. I think a safe place is somewhere you can be yourself, you know, where you don't have to hide who you are, and you're able to really express yourself truly the way you want to be. So in a place that, you know, you feel respected and held in high regard, whatever your opinions or ideas are. So I think a place like that you can just, you know, really choose. Timeless means your work is able to transcend, you know, regardless of what era that you're in, whether it was 20 years or 100 years ago. Especially in the art world, it's, you know, when you go to a museum, it's pieces that have been there, or that have been made like, you know, 500, 400 years ago, maybe a little earlier than that, but something that transcends time, regardless of what era you're in, is really beautiful to see. 100 years, I'd hope that people had seen the type of figures that I'd chosen to highlight, like we just talked about, the black figures, and hopefully that they can see my vision of my visual art and the way I've approached it, and hopefully they appreciate, you know, my hard work and my consistency with my craft. That's good?
Is there anything else?
Nah, whatever, to be honest, you know.